to the God is a Geek podcast. My name is Colm, and with me this week, as always, is the wonderful, wonderful young man with a deaf or a blind dog I can't remember and suffers for his sins as he is a Bolton Wanderers fan. It's Dan Murphy.
Right, this is my part of just safety away from all football, so if we can just leave that at the front fucking door and just not discuss any of it.
Okay, right.
And also, I thought he was going to go for the old podcast intro. Then your new favourite podcast or something like that? And I was like, oh, he's not done it. He's either forgotten or he's just on a new regime.
No, I've literally forgot. Too many podcasts, and too many to fucking keep track of. But also with us at this time is the wonderful, beautiful, sexy, gorgeous, and attractive. And when Adam listens to this, he's going to get very cross. But I'm sorry, Adam. It was the first thing that came to my head. It's Chris White. Chris, how are you?
Hello. What an introduction. How sweet. Thank you very much.
Lads, no, all right, okay. We won't talk about football. Dan is a bit touchy, bit touchy on that subject. But I do kind of want to talk about depression. All right. Now, a bit heavy.
Steep start. Jesus.
A bit heavy. But I suppose, in a roundabout way, I'm trying to tie that into this war of mine. Because it is quite a depressing title. Because, Dan Murphy, this is a game where...
See, I find it to be quite a contrasting title, because I feel like it reminds me of This Little Lamp of Mine, and that's a happy song, and I feel like that was the aim of the title, to be a little positive, whereas the game's bleak as fuck. I'm not one to discuss it.
I mean, it maybe that's what they were going for, but I somehow doubt
when
it.
I saw that for the first time, I just can't get this little war of mine. I can't get that out of my head.
Well, Chris, you've been playing the
Everybody's gonna die.
The console version. Is that song in the game?
Not at all. There's no positivity whatsoever. I don't know whether it's the way I played it. I mean, I know you've played it, haven't you, Colm? You reviewed it.
Yeah, I reviewed fucking 2 years ago now at this stage, which is mental. The PC version.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know whether it was the way I played it. I don't know if everyone's going to have the same experience, but for me, it was just so heavy going, so depressing. It got to a point where, I mean, in the review, I'm talking about, I had, in my first playthrough, I had 2 suicides. I had watched a child almost bleed to death, starve to death. She ran away, leaving me on my own. It was just it just got too much, and then it literally ended.
Fucking hell's a bit realistic for me, that.
On the 20th day, with the last person in my kind of building to just kill themselves, and then it ended. That was the first playthrough. Jesus. I mean, people might get through to the end. It's all depending on how you decide to play it, and there's no real guide, so you kind of just thrown into it, which essentially what you would do if you're just suffering in a during the war sort of thing. So it's. I mean, I can't speak for people that are in those situations, but it does feel very realistic, and you just literally have to survive. You have to raid at night. You have to find there's a plethora of buildings and kind of houses to go and kind of scavenge, where you can go to a hospital. There's a lot of meds, but then there's also people guarding it. There's elderly people's houses where.
I forgot. I really enjoyed them, because I suppose the thing about this is like you say, Chris, it tries to kind of shine some light on the not the person on the battlefield, not the soldier with the gun in their hands. It's the person trying to survive a war, and I want to say that I think War Child had some sort of involvement in this.
Yes, they did. I don't know to what extent, but they are definitely in the opening kind of visuals of it.
So, I suppose, maybe you could... I suppose it's safe to assume there is an element of realism in there, because I doubt they'd attach their name to it if it was completely kind of fantastical. But those moments, that you kind of brought up about...
Yeah.
Where, every night... the game runs on a day and night cycle, and every night you kind of go off and try and scavenge stuff to survive for the next couple of days. And, I really like those parts where you went into a house... It was like an elderly couple, and they were just pleading with you to not steal anything. And it's like, sorry, buddy.
Did,
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Good lad.
You have to.
I'm going to ask Chris, is there, I know you said it's all negative and bleak and whatnot, but is there actually, everyone knows it's the hope that kills you. So, and as a Bolton fan, I can testament to this. I need to stop talking about it. But is there any, like, good moments at all? Like, does anyone fucking find a guitar and they play it and everyone's fucking clapping around a campfire?
There is a guitar in it,
There is.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
Of course. Just know,
Yeah,
don't
you
you?
can,
There's always a guitar in bleak places.
But yeah,
Do they play Wonderwall around fire? then everyone just fucking offs themselves. Oh.
Yeah, no, you can find guitars. They're all like little bits of light in it. Obviously with this being called This War of Mine, the little ones, children are now involved. So, I know,
So yeah, is that the main difference between the PC version and the Xbox one? There's kids?
It's the main version. About halfway through the first playthrough, this guy knocks at the door. I don't want to give too much away, but it's going to happen somehow like this, where a guy knocks at the door, kind of leaves you with this child. He has to go off, and then you're having to occupy this child. So your mindset has to change slightly to how you have to look after a child instead of like full-grown adults who can look after themselves. So, yeah. I mean, there are times when if you do manage to have those days where they're well fed and all that, and they've slept, they're happy, and you see them playing you can build them swings, they can play on the swings, they can go and play hopscotch upstairs. So there is elements of happiness. It's just when that shit goes south, that's when it's gone. I felt it was more like at its hardest, because some of the things that happens to the child that you can't do anything about is pretty brutal. It's more.
Can the child craft, or is the child literally like it can't do anything?
You can teach,
like you just have to look after it.
You to start with, you do, but you can teach it how to kind of filter water. So it can kind of learn things. You can teach the child how to do certain things, how to cook. There are quite a few bits you can help. They can help you with.
Without spoiling everything completely, right? I read your review and I noticed that Daniel was the cunt who left the child with you. Why did he leave a child with you? Right? Because I'm seeing, right, in everything, Daniel's a cunt. Always.
Give me another example.
Oh, I can't. Danny dying, everything he's ever done. There you go.
But that's his real name.
Yeah, I know, but I can't think off the top of my head. But in everything, you just go, or you'll be reading something and you just see it and
someone will be called Daniel and you go on
screen and go, right, this is Danny, and it's always Danny, and he's just a dick. And I'm like, cheers, mate. Thumb up. So why is he leaving?
To be fair, mate, he's not. He rescued the child from.
Oh, fair play. Oh, go on, Dan.
Yeah, he rescued the child and has to leave them with you for a certain reason, which I don't want to say.
Yeah,
but he's not as much of a twat as you may think.
Good.
So yeah,
good.
He gives Daniel a good name.
Fair play. How? Right, this is always confusing me because it's 2D, isn't it? When you're like going around and stealing folk and whatnot.
Yeah.
How do you navigate the world then? Because you said there's loads of houses. How do you get from one house to another? I suppose you're not just walking in a straight line.
Yeah. So during the day, you're stuck in the house, and you've got to do. That's when you feed everyone. That's when you do all that kind of stuff. At night, when it hits, I think it's 8:00. It cuts to this like map. And every night a new place will appear, or a couple of new places. You
select where you go, and then you've got that 2D area to explore.
Yeah, and there's like a little synopsis of what that building is, and it'll tell you what's kind of there, like the supplies and what food might be there. But it doesn't actually tell you what the people are dealing with. Like, you never really find out about the elderly couple, like needing all the medicine for the sick wife. That's kind of just thrown at you when he approaches you and starts talking to you, and that's when you have to kind of make decisions. So it's very kind of random.
Yeah, it's something I've been wanting to play for a while, actually, because I was going to pick it up on computer, but then it got announced that it was coming to PS4, and that's where I much prefer to play it. So I'm going to give it a go at some point. And,
I think,
because I say,
I
feel like it's something you need to play for like an experience. It's like people should go to Auschwitz just to like know. Just experience it. And I feel like whilst this isn't quite on the same level, it's just an experience that isn't enjoyable per se, but it's like
it's like saying you enjoyed Schindler's List. It's that kind of thing where
it's a great show.
Yeah, you can appreciate it.
It's a great film, Eric.
I'd wait till it's kind of like in the PSN sale or whatever, because I can't see playing it constantly, because once you've played it a few times, there's only so many ways you can play it differently without it like fucking depressing you.
Did you find the day sections to be kind of lacking somewhat, Chris? Now, the reason I ask you that is because when I played it, I found like the day lasts. the day is longer than the night, basically, because the day goes up until 8 o'clock, and then 8 o'clock comes, then you go off and you try and scavenge material from other places. Like, I think it starts at like 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's about 7.
And I just like there was no kind of sense of urgency, at least when I played it. There was no kind of risk. There was no, like, even, do you know when people I'm guessing they do it in the little ones as well, where you would be there trying to like build a stove, or maybe giving your third rendition of Don't Look Back in Anger or something like that to your loving family there. The door would knock, you'd go up, you'd answer the door, and it'd be like, oh hi, how's it going? I'm Bill from down the road. Listen, is there any chance I could come in, because everyone else I know is after fucking off, or listen, I have a couple of items here. Is there anything that you'd be interested in? Maybe we could do a swap. Like, and they would nearly always say, I'm not here to harm you, or I'm not here to try and steal from you. They would always say that. And the thing that I had a problem with was that they were always telling the truth. I never felt that sense of urgency there. I never felt that, because you can be, like Dan, you can, say you go off to a school at night, and you go off and you try and like steal a few bits and whatever. You come home, you have a few bandages or bits of metal and scrap and whatnot, right? You can come home and then you can find out that your house has been raided and some random people have stolen from you. But there's never anything you can do about that. As far as I know, I think, Chris, you might be able to, like, memory might be serving me correctly here.
No, you're spot on.
But yeah, with regards to people who came during the day, I don't know, I felt like there could have been, as I say, a bit more urgency about the day sections. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, did you feel the same?
No, I felt completely the same. There's never a threat at all in the day. It does tend to kind of drag on a bit after a few days. Not every day you get someone knocking at the door as well. So when you kind of say, like, there's times when I'd have just one person in the house, there's fuck all you could do. So you either skip to the end of the night, which you can do. You can skip all the time, or you can wait it out. But I was worried that if I skipped it, I might miss something. But yeah, nothing ever happens. And it does drag quite a bit. That's one issue I kind of had with it. But no, you're spot on. It is very much like it used to be then.
But yeah, like most things happen at night in this war of mine. I suppose, could the same be said for Dying Light, Dan? Is it a case that, like,
oh wow,
that's when the real threat comes out?
Nah, that were my days. Nah, when it's basically why we are discussing Dying Light, a game that came out almost a year ago now, is because myself.
It's shit.
You what, mate?
Because it's shit.
Right, Colm is no longer the host of the Good as Eat podcast, and I will be taking over the reins.
Oh, you're getting fucking big for your boots, aren't you, Mr. Murphy?
That's a lie, what Colm said anyway.
Dying
Light's fucking sick, and basically, I've been wanting to get back into it for a while, but I never did for some reason. But then I never knew you could do co-op with it, and I discovered this last week. And so me and Greg, of God is a Geek also, have been getting back into it, and we've been playing co-op in the campaign, just going through it, and it's fucking brilliant. It's been so overlooked for Game of the Years, because it's like, I say, during the day it's not completely easy, but it's a lot. The zombies are just mostly just shambling, typical Walking Dead zombies. You can just batter them all, and it's fucking well funny. But at night, oh my days, it's terrifying, because games never really usually go pitch black. Dying Light, unless you've got a torch on or anything like that, is pitch completely. You can't see anything. It's mad. And they're called volatiles. They just come out of nowhere and just rinse you. It's not fun. But Dying Light, it's like, with the expansion coming February 9th, I've been wanting to get into it because the expansion looks very good as well.
Oh, is it? I thought it was sooner, to be honest. Is it?
February 9th, it's out, but they're pushing a lot on the old PR front at the minute, and as I've said on numerous occasions, Techland are very good at that. And the following is actually in quite a different direction. It's more open land with cars and shit, and it looks quite fun. But the Dying Light, the original game, what I was saying, it's the type of game that, like, if you think you can do something, like, you go, I wonder if I can do this, and then you can. So there was one point where you can slide, it's like you run in and then you hold B and you like slide under something. And I did that into a zombie and I fucking double-footed the cunt. It was amazing. It just went flying. Then
did he go flying into did he go to his death again? I suppose because he's a zombie. So
I had to then get up and smash the cunt's seed in. But there's another time as well. I got on top of a van and like jumped off and did a kick, and he did like a bloody like Jeff Hardy like.
Swanton?
Not swanton, it was more of a flying, like, you know when you jump off the top rope and it's more of a straight kick to the face type thing?
A
like
drop kick? Is that what you're looking for? Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, missile drop kick, yeah.
Yeah, it just does that right onto a zombie and I was like, oh my days, this is amazing. Like, you could just experiment with different things and it'd work. It's very good, I'm enjoying it a lot. I'd definitely, because you could probably pick it up for about 15 quid on Amazon or something now.
Probably, yeah.
It's been so, I feel sorry for it because it's been so overlooked, and like I did it myself because I only played it, I looked at my stats, and before I played it this week I'd only played it for an hour and a half, so you know I'm guilty as much as anyone, but I feel like it's been really overlooked for the
so are you gonna pick up the DLC without a doubt, or are you happy enough with just going through the main campaign with Greg?
I'm not gonna get it until I finish the main campaign because I feel like I think the DLC comes after, and obviously I've not finished it yet.
Right. Okay.
And then money.
Actually, sorry. The co-op campaign, is it the same?
Yeah, it's exactly the same because basically you both play the same character pretty much. You can change your appearances, but you both play Crane, the character. And then when you go into cutscenes, you both have to be there at the same time, and you both see the cutscene at the same time.
So there's no kind of There's no difference to it. Like they don't say, "Oh, there's two of you," or
No, but it makes it a lot better. Like it's going in the like. If I was playing this on my own, I couldn't do the. There's like some missions where you have to do it at night, and I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm just so terrified, like mortally frozen in fear. I just couldn't do it. So
is the
Greg
difficulty scaled?
I don't. It doesn't feel like it. I feel like there was one point me and Greg we thought right. We're only going to be on for another 20 minutes and we're outside the space, just want to smash a load of heads in and get some skill points, and we just spent 20 minutes just battering about 500 zombies. So it doesn't feel like it's easier at all. It's just, it just feels a lot more fun to do it because it feels like you're more of like a band of survivors and going through this world trying to scavenge for shit and stuff like that.
Did you ever play Dead Island and do the co-op on that?
See, I didn't play it co-op again because I didn't know it was a co-op, but I played Dead Island I lasted to the bit, when you get to the base that has like an electric fence and stuff that moves.
Yeah.
I went up to that and it was a bit shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it wasn't great. The co-op was really good on that and how they worked that. Because I never intended to kind of play it co-op, but if you go take the game the single player online, you can have players drop in and out. Oh, yeah. So you can you've got a mission, you can someone can join and they'll just come in and help you with a mission, and it's really good because you just random, like you're saying about that feels like a band of survivors. I had two people drop in on my game and we had to raid this garage full of supplies, so we raided it, and then one of them drove off with the supplies and left me and this other guy with nothing. So we got in another van, drove off, got him, killed him, took all the stuff back. So it's like a really good kind of idea to it. I didn't know if Dying Light is similar, or is a co-op just like you and Greg from the start, or can you drop in and out?
No, I feel like you can just drop in whenever you want to. It's there's no, in some co-op games you'd get cut, if you, Destiny for example, you'd go into certain areas and then you'd get thrown onto your own and then you'd have to rejoin after. It's not like that at all. It's literally just play the whole game with up to 4 people. I imagine at 4 people it might scale a bit, but with 2 it doesn't feel like it is. Yeah. And it's just really enjoyable. I think I had some with Dead Island, Dying Light still has the same fucking shite story, atrocious accents, etc. But with Dying Light, they just nailed the parkour, and it's just fun, really fun to play. Whereas Dying Light's just another typical hit a zombie over the head. Dying Light's more about the parkour than actually engaging with the zombies, and it's all just a great blast of fun.
It's a parkour quite Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge quite straightforward.
I asked Greg this. Yeah, I asked Greg this because I've never played Mirror's Edge, but he said it is. But obviously, Mirror's Edge has it's more just a single path in it that you have to do in Mirror's Edge. But with the parkour in Dying Light, it is really good because you just and there's one mission, the first one when you're at night, and then you have to get from like the coast back to the tower, and at night with the volatiles after it, and you just absolutely peg it, just bouncing over all these roofs and everything. It's really good. And in fact, they've done really well to make the co-op look good. When you see your like the person you're with, it looks really cool watching them do the parkour, where it could have looked atrocious. Right. They've animated it really well.
Wow.
So fair play on all counts to Techland. They've done a really good job with that, and I'm excited for the following whenever I do get it. But I've got my PSN's run out now. I need another game that we're going to talk about. Oh, are we? Banner Saga? We're going to talk about Banner Saga? I think we should, because it's great.
Okay.
Go on, Chris. Talk about it, because I want to talk about it, because I want to play it, but money.
What would you like to know, Dan?
Well, I know a lot, because I played it on computer. I just want it on PS4.
So what the
just
fuck
tell us.
do you want to know? So if you played it already.
Just how did you find it?
I loved it. I thought it was incredible. I think I love the kind of real-time strategy to it, but then the story elements, like, it's a player choice, isn't it? But it's like plays out like a make your own novel. You know, those where you turn to page 15 and that. Can you remember them?
Yeah.
Build it, whatever they're called. No. But yeah, it's like that where you can choose something and you never really know the severity of your choices until later on, and you like things that you choose at the drop of a hat can cause characters that you've been with for a while to die, and it's like pretty brutal. But I thought the story elements were excellent, the gameplay was excellent. It's just really good fun.
They have confirmed a sequel, haven't they?
Yeah, that's been confirmed for a while. I think.
Yeah, was that confirmed at like an E3 or a Gamescom or something?
Maybe. It's definitely been on the cards for a while. I don't think it's been confirmed that it's coming to PS4, but it is, because they've said that you can transfer your saves over and stuff like that.
Okay, right. Did you finish it on PC then?
Oh no, because I saw that it was coming out on PlayStation, and I was like, that's what I'm going to play then. Because
because I can't remember at all. What it's is it real time strategy?
No, it's turn based.
What did I say? Okay. I called it real time, didn't I? Yeah, sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But because the art style was something that kind of that always was eye catching, obviously enough. Like with the kind of cell shaded, cartoony kind of looking thing.
It's gorgeous.
It's quite cool.
Very Disney.
But I suppose in terms of like, I suppose it serves the Banner Saga with its rich story and whatnot to have this sort of animated look and kind of feel to it, similar to Pony Island.
Ooh.
Which
what the fuck is Pony Island?
So Pony Island is I know.
It bounced out of nowhere, didn't it?
It did.
Suddenly.
It was basically in the space of 4 hours. Everyone who had played Pony Island decided to tell you how good Pony Island was and kind of give off this air of arrogance as if to say, how the fuck how do you not know about Pony Island? Pony Island is incredible. I'm here to kind of add to that dickishness by saying it's fucking brilliant.
What is it though?
I'm telling you it is. And I'm not saying this fucking lightly. This is genuinely an early contender for Game of the Year. Now it's January, so chances are games in January are often forgotten about come December. And come December as well, there's an awful lot more games and whatnot. But Pony Island is, first of all, a difficult game to speak about in many ways, but I can mention certain things. It's just the reason it's difficult to speak about is because, like the Stanley Parable, like from what I hear, Undertale, what else did it? I'm trying to remember. But it basically plays with your expectation of what a game should do and can do. I'll give you the first, because effectively, right, Pony Island is an endless runner with puzzles, with little puzzle mini games. That's to break the gameplay down to its core. That's what it is. However, it fucks with your head in many ways. Like at the very beginning, there's this kind of cheery, happy kind of main menu, right? You press start game, and it kind of goes into this. It looks like an old CRT television, like an arcade cabinet. Because the story is, I suppose I'll tell you first, is that you have been trapped. Basically, Satan has created this arcade game called Pony Island. All right, stay with me. And you're trapped in it, and you must try and basically shut down the game and rid Satan of this world, and then you'll be free of the game. That's your goal in Pony Island. However, So after you press the initial start game to actually start the game, you are then greeted with an arcade screen that says start game, options, and credits. Now, if you press start game, the start and game fall to the bottom of the screen because they're basically broken. So you go, okay, so you actually can't start the game. So you must go into options, and then there'll be a little kind of a checkbox or something, as far as I can remember, that says like fix start game. When you click on that, you go back to the main menu, and then you can actually start the game proper. And it's full, like, that's just to kind of give you a taster, because that's literally the first, for lack of a better term, puzzle in Pony Island. It is one of those games where you are better off knowing as little as possible anyway, because it does some really, really cool things.
It sounds like has had a similar effect on people like Undertale had.
Yes. No, I haven't played Undertale. I know,
no, like, because that, like Pony Island, just came out of fucking nowhere, and it was everybody's favourite game ever.
And to be fair, you know, I mean, it's genuinely brilliant. Like the difficulty ramps up pretty well. However, there was one or two occasions, to pick out a negative, there was one or two occasions, rare, but they were there, where the puzzles just kind of got like extremely difficult at the drop of a hat, and it was too much. But generally, I mean, the difficulty is perfect. It as I said, it just plays with your expectation of what a game should do, and it boggles my mind why more games don't do this. Why fucking, like, a lot of games obviously try and be films or TV shows, right?
So poor face,
like cinematic experiences. Like, you're a fucking game, right? I've no issue with an Uncharted. Like, I love Uncharted. Rise of the Tomb Raider from last year, which was kind of my Christmas game. Great gameplay, but like in terms of presentation, and cutscenes and stuff, just massive set pieces, very filmic, if you want to say. But like, there are certain things you can do with games that you can't do in other fucking mediums. And it's cool when the likes of a Pony Island or a Stanley Parable come along to try and just fucking mess with that. To try and, I suppose, take the norm and just completely turn it on its head.
Thing is like that as well. Her Story, just something like
Her Story's another one, exactly.
You can't. Yeah, you're right. Just something that no other medium can do.
I was just about to say, just before December, I bought, in a Steam sale, I bought Her Story, Stanley Parable, and The Beginner's Guide, and every one of them just blew my mind. Like, more so The Beginner's Guide of any of them. Just like, I've never played anything quite like it. It's just incredible, and it's so straightforward, and there is no bullshit. It's just, like you're saying, there's no cutscenes. It's just a great idea executed brilliantly. You know, and yeah, I completely agree. So I do fancy Pony Island for that reason. I love games that just want to be a game.
Yeah, no, it is. I genuinely highly recommend it. Just as I would highly recommend a game I'm sure you would also highly recommend, Dan Murphy. I'm not sure if you've played it, Chris, but that's Gone Home.
I certainly would give it a good recommendation, Colm, because I only gave it 10 out of 10 on my first review of the year. Well, the console edition, that is. So basically, Gone Home came out 2.5 years ago now, August 2013, which is quite mad when you think about it. That is
fucking mad, Jesus.
And I played it way back when on my old computer, like one of the few games I actually managed to complete on it, because I just hate keyboards and mouses. And I liked it then. I really liked it. I think it was actually, because I didn't have a PlayStation then, I didn't play The Last of Us. I think it was my favourite game of 2013, actually. Well, I said it was anyway. And I loved it, and because I loved it so much, I felt it was like one of the type of games that you play once and leave it. You don't want to, like, it was your experience that one time. You don't want to do it again. But as reviews come about, I did it again. Played it again on the console, on the PS4, which was far more enjoyable and just feels more natural controlling with analog sticks rather than keyboard and mouse. And it's just so fucking good. Like, it's. I find it hard, like,
again, like Pony Island, very difficult to talk about.
Yeah, the story. yeah, the story's famed. Well, not, you know what I mean, in the video game critic community, it's famed for how good it is, and it's fucking spectacular. The main story, obviously, is following. Well, the premise of Gone Home is that you're Katie Greenbrier or something. You've just returned from a trip touring Europe to your family's house, which is the new house. You've never been there before, and none of your family members are there. So you have to trudge around this massive house in the middle of the woods while there's a raging storm outside, and have to just find out what's going on. And you do that by reading scraps of paper, letters, postcards, posters. Any scrap of paper you can find tells its own story, but the main hook, the main narrative thread, if you will, is of Katie's little sister Sam and her diary and the journals she's left for her sister to read once she gets home. And that's acted brilliantly throughout when you find a certain object that triggers said dialogue. So that's all known. It's excellent. But what's quite underrated in Gone Home is its game design, which is fucking. When I was just going through it, it's amazing. Because it's right. The atmosphere Gone Home creates is absolutely terrifying, isn't it? You played, haven't you?
Initially, like I was told, play this game. You're going to love it. Yep. Just stay away from anything about it. So I said, okay, all right, okay. It was someone I trusted, so I was like, all right, I'll do that.
Yep.
So I fucking went into this, and if someone hasn't played this, we might be ruining it. But it's nothing story based, it's nothing like that. But I came into this going like, is this a fucking horror game?
Oh, I was like, because the way that just the doors creak and the floorboards suggest terrifying. That someone's upstairs, it's fucking off. I had to creep around every corner to make sure there was not going to be fucking someone. And my days, that jump scare, we won't say it, but you know it.
Yeah,
one of the best jump scares in anything ever, because you've gone all the way through thinking, oh, it's not a horror game, nothing's good, and it gets you. It's like, oh my dick, sorry for your ears there, listener. But basically, because it's so terrifying, you go around switching the lights on before you go to every room, and you never turn them off again. And then when you go up the stairs after doing the bits downstairs that you can do, there's a cork board outside your sister's room. Right. And there's a note on it that says, Sam, turn off the lights, you're as bad as your sister. And I was just like, you clever bastards.
It's fucking excellent, yeah.
They just know that you've gone round turning every light on and not turning them off because it's terrifying, and then they've took the piss out of you for it. And they just knew you would, because if you didn't, and then you saw that note, you'd be like, I've turned all the lights off, mate. What are you on about?
To be fair, I want to say that it actually, if you do turn the lights off, it does change, yeah.
Fair play. Well, they're even cleverer then, aren't they? Because they, anticipated that. But how they know that everyone, because you could easily go upstairs first and get half the story before you go downstairs and get the first half. So they just know they leave a door open on the left, and then there's a bit of noise in the distance, so you just know they attract players to go left first. It's just really, really clever, and it's just because the story is what I found with Gone Home this time is, because circumstances in my own life have changed since I last played it, as years tend to do to lives. I found that being Katie hit me a lot more.
Expert analysis.
Yeah, because as someone who's left home now for uni, obviously.
Oh, Dan, you'll make me start. I'm gonna start crying.
A wee sister at home, and then Dan. It's stuff like that. And I was like, oh, this is hitting me hard. This in unforeseen ways. Yeah, Gone Home is just play it, man. Absolutely amazing.
Have you played it, Chris?
I've not played it. I will be playing it. I know. I've wanted to play it, so I'm gonna definitely get it when it appears on the store.
So good.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, I absolutely love it.
How long is the game? I know you can probably do it differently.
You could do it in a minute. There's a trophy for doing it in a minute, for completing the story, but that's not it. I'd say if you literally, I was being proper thorough, but I still ended up missing one voice dialogue thing somehow. So I think if you're as thorough as possible and you literally inspect every square inch, probably 3 hours. But I think if you're going at it naturally, I'd say about 2.
Yeah, to be fair,
it's easily playing one sitting.
It doesn't bother me. If the game's good enough, it doesn't bother me. Journey, that was incredible, and I'm not bothered about paying that kind of money for that because it's so good. So yeah.
How much is it then?
See, it's not out in Europe yet, so you don't really know what it is on the PlayStation Store. But I think I heard that it was $20 on the PSN. So if they don't fuck over with the exchange rates, it should be 12, but it'll probably end up being 16, like $15.99, I think.
Yeah,
which
that's not too bad.
I think it's amazing. But again, it's 2 hours, so it depends how you value your own money, isn't it? If you
I remember when the PC version came out, and that being a long discussed kind of topic is like the price of Gone Home when it is 2 hours, and then some people saying, well, how does that compare to, like, say, a 2-hour film as well? Like, how much did you pay to see something like that in the cinema? And I don't know, it was something that was just very highly debated.
It's not for anyone to tell anyone else how to spend their money. I think it's a fucking amazing experience.
Yeah.
But if 16 quid, 12 quid is too much for only 2 hours for you, then fair enough, get it when it's cheaper. But it's worth it, I'd say. I think it's worth definitely getting at some point if you can.
What would you say for about £30 then?
Oh, well, it depends what type of game it was, Colm, because if it was a game about fucking messing about in mazes, I'm not quite sure.
Because the whole...
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Stick it in there.
The whole kind of like price and digital games and whatnot, that came up again this week as the price of The Witness, Jonathan Blow's follow-up to Braid, which was 2008
Do you think it will
or something.
blow?
That's poor, then. I'm sorry. That's fucking poor. You got to work on your Jonathan Blow and your Remy Gard.
You see, you took it off in there because I was going to make one before you could get there. Yeah. But I was like, I don't want to do podcast crossovers. It made it weird.
Yeah, the podcast crossover universe will fucking blow up. But The Witness, this puzzle maze game thing from Jonathan Blow is reportedly going to cost $40 or €37 or £30. €37 being a fucking strange kind of, you'd think they just make it 35 or something, or just 40. So Jonathan Blow announced the price of it, and a lot of people kind of saying this is an outrageous price for a game that's only available via the PlayStation Network. And I suppose the Xbox market. Yeah, it's coming to Xbox as well.
Is it?
It is.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're just
I'll check for you. I've got a
do
feeling.
Please, because
I've got a feeling it might be a.
I said that, but I wasn't too sure. But where do you stand on this, Chris? This whole
yes, it says PlayStation 4, iOS, Microsoft Windows. So no Xbox, just computers.
So just the old computers. Chris, where do you stand on this? Because £30 traditionally, I mean, that's quite expensive for a traditional download game.
Isn't it?
I think prices nowadays it's a weird one, because I mean the game itself, isn't it supposed to be quite a long game?
It's supposedly kind of in and around 100-ish, I want to say.
I don't know. I kind of feel that people should go on the games themselves. I mean, like, I don't want to harp back on about the order. Whatever you've thought about the game, that's a lot of money to spend on a game that doesn't last for more than 5 hours tops.
The only thing I will say is, like, in this day and age when we don't have demos and we don't have whatnot, how is someone meant to know what the game is like? Do you know, it's a big. Listen, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but how is someone kind of like, it's a fucking £30 is nothing to be sniffed at. Do you know, like that's a decent chunk of money.
Yeah, definitely.
So is it too much, or is it have we gotten to a stage where like the price of download games can go up to whatever it wants. It can go up to like an actual price of a regular retail game, because the quality, like there was once a divide between the quality of a download game and the quality of a disc-based retail game.
Remember when the best download games was Dorito Crash Course?
Oh, that's a fucking belter, Dan Murphy. That should be the best game every year. What an absolute fucking cracker of a game. Genuinely. It's Total Wipeout, the game.
Yep,
fucking
and it was free.
And they released the sequel as well.
Yeah, the sequel was a bit shit.
It was a bit shit. But the fucking first one was incredible.
Yeah, it was great.
But yeah, I can't remember my original question, Chris. Is
it a bit steep? Is it a bit steep for? I think.
Is it a bit steep? Basically,
if you've not got the kind of if you've not got a demo or you've not got enough kind of stuff out there to I mean, how I buy games. If I see a game, I'll buy it. I won't tend to hunt for demos. I'll just get it, hoping that I'll enjoy it. But that's because I've done enough research or I've looked at enough videos to kind of know what I want, and I'll buy it. So I don't know. That's how I would buy it. So it might be different for a lot of other people. I guess it just depends on the person. If you know what I mean.
What do you think, Dan? Is £30 too much?
I suppose you can't really judge until it's been played, really, can you? Because there's been reports it's can be inverted commas 100 hours long, but then
that's the interesting qualifier.
Yeah.
Is it actually an 8-hour game, but there's just fucking hundreds and hundreds of collectibles or something?
Yeah, and it's and from reports of people who've have seen it, have played it, or I don't really know, can't really say how they know this, but they've said it's just literally wandering about a pretty place solving some maze puzzles or something in it, so it doesn't exactly sound too appealing, really. But obviously, we can't judge until we play and whatnot. But I don't know, it's weird, innit? It's just, like you said, Alex said then, it's £30 these days is your mid-range, so your Deadpool games, your re-released AAA games from years ago. The remake of Ratchet and Clank is £30 pre-order, and then it's just mid-tier, if not quite AAA, but still kind of well-known developers, that type of area. So it just feels, I think regardless of what people think, what the arguments are, I think the perception of The Witness would be is that it's an indie, inverted commas, so it's therefore not worth more than £20, and I think it's going to struggle to shake that perception off on the mainstream, I feel like, and I feel like it'll be on PS Plus within a year.
That's quite possibly a fair assessment, to be fair. But something that mightn't be on PS Plus in a year, or might never come to pass. I don't know, Chris, because these are just leaked images. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants in Manhattan. What the fuck is going on here, Chris?
Oh, man, it looks amazing. So it's basically made by the people behind Transformers Devastation and I think it's Bayonetta. Platinum, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not been officially announced, but there's been things where they've put prices on Australian stores and all this kind of thing. But then these photos, these images have been leaked, and it looks exactly kind of like the same kind of artwork, but it looks a lot like the original cartoon, and it just looks fucking awesome. I don't want an RPG. I don't want anything too serious. I just want to be a turtle and kick shit out of something. And I think it just looks really good fun. So I really hope it gets announced soon because it looks amazing. Yeah.
Is the Turtles a little bit before your time, Dan?
I think the live action film there was of it, the good one.
Oh yeah.
With when they're in the sewers and whatnot, and they go to some weird shack.
Good
one is a little bit of a stretch. Are you on about?
Was it good? Was it not good?
The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I feel like the cover of it. It was a VHS, definitely.
Oh, it's
and I feel like the front cover was them in a sewer thing lifting it up, and then the street of New York over it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have through rose tinted glasses. I would possibly say it's the best film of all time, but.
And
I mean, truth be told, if I watched it today, I'm not sure.
You watched it today? How?
No, I said if I watched it today.
Oh, if you watched it, fair play. It's weird though. I've also played the the GameCube game of it way back when, and I enjoyed that. But my problem with looking at these screenshots is it looks awfully similar to Transformers Devastation, as in it looks pretty much the same art style. But obviously with turtles instead of big robots, and I thought Devastation, whilst enjoyable for about an hour, it was 6 hours long, and I couldn't be arsed completing it because it just felt so dull and empty, and I really wasn't compelled to finish it in the slightest. So I'll be a bit more hesitant on Turtles until it, seeing that Transformers
on
reviewed
both
well.
Ninjas and Turtles.
Yeah, yes. I love Turtles, mate. To be fair, collect them and everything. So. You're doing something wrong if you can't get me interested in them.
To be fair, I never watched Transformers as a kid, so when that came out, I was never that bothered about it. I just kind of wasn't fussed about playing it. But I think because the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the NES was the first game I ever had. So like, I've got a big, like, I really appreciate the Turtles as a kind of franchise. So it'd be nice to kind of go back and just play a fun game.
If Platinum did a bloody video game on Shaolin Showdown, like a cartoon from my past, then I'll be fucking buzzing. Don't worry, I don't blame anyone for.
What the fuck is Shaolin Showdown?
Oh my days!
What? Yeah, I've not heard of that.
Right, basically, right. There's this little yellow dude, and he was yellow. I'm not being racist. Who was like a ninja monk type thing, and then he was at a big temple with other kids. There was a Texan. So hillbilly. There was a Brazilian who liked football. I think he was he called Danny?
South American, then. South American.
You know it. And then there was two girls, and basically what they'd do, they'd hunt. Oh, there's one girl apparently, and then there's a dragon. Yeah, that's right. And what
did you call it? Shaolin what?
Shaolin Showdown. XIAOLIN. And basically these four dudes.
That rings more of a bell, right?
And then they'd go around the world chasing these objects which gave you mad powers, and then because there was a bad guy who was also looking for it as well, you'd then have to go, I challenge you to a Shaolin Showdown, and have a massive big fight and do different challenges and stuff. It's proper cool. What's he called, the footballer?
I am looking here, and Dan, you are correct. He is Simpsons yellow.
Oh, he wasn't called Danny. He was called he was called Raimundo Pedrosa, and he was a Brazilian, and he liked football. So you know, there's definitely and the American was called Clay Daly. So definitely no racial. There was a guy called Ping Pong. There's definitely no racial stereotypes in this game.
There was a guy called what?
Ping Pong.
You're joking me?
No, right. Don't want to read his character description. Oh, hers. Oh, she's a new. Okay. Ping Pong, voiced by Tara Strong, is the new character introduced in the Shaolin Chronicles series. Ping Pong resembles Omi, so she's yellow, but younger and wears big green glasses. He is the fifth monk chosen at the Shaolin Temple as the Shaolin Dragon of the Wood Element. His birth name is Boris Antonio Ralph. No, fucking hell. This goes on, right. His birth name is Boris Antonio Rolf Jean Pierre Gal Legrand IV. Due to his long name, Omi decided to call him Ping Pong as his protege. Omi refers to Ping Pong as his little gecko. In his backstory, Ping Pong grew up in Europe as a speedy errand boy, delivering messages to monasteries throughout Europe. He was soon inspired by hearing legends of the Shaolin monks and decides to join them on their adventures. His main abilities are his running speed and fast moves. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Boris.
I feel like we should move on from Shaolin
Malajong
Showdown.
And
although Dan, I do need to tell you, there was a PlayStation 2 game.
Hannibal Roy Bean.
What?
There's someone called Hannibal Roy Bean. Oh fuck! I need to watch all this again. Sorry for interrupting you. I can't go up. Please go on.
You're okay, Dan. I can't think of a better place to end it, to be honest. But yeah, there was a PlayStation 2 game. If you do feel so inclined to play it, it was
what?
There was a PlayStation 2 game, an action adventure video game based on the fucking cartoon of the same game. It was released in November 14th, 2006.
Oh my
and players are able to play as the Shaolin apprentices, and one of the game objectives is to get the Shengang Wu. What's the Shengang Wu?
Yeah, that's it's like the main. It was like the main object they were all after. How do you spell it? I'll have a look.
SHENGWU. Anyway,
1 minute. Say that again. Because I didn't hear you.
Oh, for fuck's SHEN. Yeah, right. That's the first word. The second word is GONG. Right. Yeah, are you with me? Okay. And the third word is WU.
I'm on Shaolinpedia now. Oh, that's right. It was like a dagger type thing.
Shaolinpedia?
Yeah. There's a fucking whole. I'm going to join this cult. Oh, I'm going back into. I hope it's on Netflix somewhere. I'll watch it all tonight. Right now, is this game on eBay?
Oh my god! This Shaolin Showdown, here's a bit of trivia, was the last game to be released for the Xbox in Europe. There you go.
And I can get it on PlayStation 2 for £12.
Get it done. Relive your fucking glory days. The gameplay is reminiscent of that of Power Stone and Super Smash Bros. The player's main goal is to be the last man standing. Players can use the Shengang Wu to aid them in battle. The player uses blessing coins to buy Wu.
Fucking hell, do it.
I don't know. Anyway, we've probably given you enough of Shaolin Showdown for 1 week, I can imagine. So thank you, dear listener, very much for listening. Of course, you can follow God is a Geek on Twitter at God is a Geek, and we are on Facebook, facebook.com/God is a Geek. You can follow Dan on Twitter at Murbrowski. You can follow me on Twitter at Colm_Ahern, and you can follow Chris on Twitter at White Riot 1983. Is that right?
First Avenger 83.
First Avenger 83.
Okay. First Avenger
Chris,
83.
you need to sort out your brand synergy, but Colm, you need to sort out your hosting. So you're both wrong on both parts here.
And yes, and look, if you want a half an hour more, give or take, of Dan Murphy talking about cartoons from his past, all you have to do is give us money. I believe it's $5. Yes, $5 and you get a half an hour long more podcast. You get videos early. You get I think that's it. So I mean, it's a good deal. All right, it's not a bad deal at all. So do head to patreon.com/God is Geek and give us $5 and you get all of those nice things because we're very nice, so we like to try and be nice to you. So now it's time for my least favourite part of the show. This is where we must bid the listener adieu, so say goodbye, Chris White.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye, Dan Murphy.
I really wish I knew a Shaolin Showdown line that I could just end with, but unfortunately I do not, so see you later.
And seeing as you don't know one, I think it's better to just leave it. For Patreon listener or subscribers or whatever you're called, just wait for a couple of seconds and you'll get more of the podcast. How wonderful. And say goodbye, Colm Ahern Slán. Go forward.